Hello stars, welcome back to my channel, Stars in Harmony Oracle. Today we're going to be looking at what messages your higher self has for you to help you along this journey that we call life. Sometimes the signs that life provides us can be confusing. It can be hard to tune out the noise from the outside world and tune in to the spiritual guidance that we always have deep inside of ourselves. So hopefully this video can help you along your journey. But before we dive in, I just want to say tarot is not an absolute and it does not control our lives. So please use these readings for confirmation and spiritual guidance. Always keep in mind your own free will is what ultimately matters when determining what will happen without your life. This is a general reading for the collective, so take what you intuitively know is meant for you and leave the rest behind. If you've already chosen a pile, there are timestamps down below. But if you'd like a moment to ground, meditate, and connect to the energy of this reading, I will offer a meditation followed by a presentation of the pile's objects. And if you're drawn to more than one pile, that's perfectly fine. It just means there's multiple messages for you to hear in this video. So, if you're ready, let's take a moment for a few deep breaths to connect with your spiritual team, become fully present in your body and current surroundings, and we will jump right in. On pile 1, we have snow quartz. On pile 2, we have howlite. And on pile 3, we have a very light amethyst. Hello, pile 1. You chose this snow quartz. So rather than doing my usual structured way of tarot readings, like this represents this, this represents this, I was feeling like going with the flow a little bit more today in this reading. So we're just going to actually flip these all over at once and see what kind of messages we can get from your higher self. But before we go ahead and flip these ones over, let's look into what your spirit guides are like. Get an idea of who they are, or maybe it'll help you be able to identify their presence more by getting some cards over them. But yeah, we're just going to get a broader sense of who your spirit guides are and what to look out for whenever they're talking to you. And I'll have all of the cards linked down below in the description, just in case I don't get to them. But this is one of the animal oracle decks, I think by Colette Baron Reed. Yeah. Okay, pile 1. Oh yeah, and pile 1, I wanted to mention, whenever I was shuffling your cards and just getting into your reading, meditating, breathing into your reading, I kept seeing red everywhere. So I don't know if Maybe that's like an anger thing for you, like seeing red. I don't know what it means. Maybe just red is very significant. Whatever it means to you, pile 1. I thought that was of importance to mention at the moment. Okay, but let us see. Pile 1, spirit guides. Oh, okay. Wow, that was fast. We have, set these down. Okay, so we have 3 cards here. The first one we have is Wombat Spirit, and it says be at home. So your spirit guide could be someone that you really feel their presence whenever you're at home. They make you feel safe when they're around, something like that. Something that, makes you feel safe and makes you feel at home when they're around. But also it could be within your home, because obviously that's where you feel safe, and at home would be within your own home. For some of my pile 1s, you may be moving around a lot and feel like you don't really have a place to call home right now. You may be trying to figure that out, but your spirit guide wants you to know here that whenever they're with you, you are at home. And I think you feel that as well. So that presence that you feel, that would be your spirit guide talking to you, pile 1. We also have here Hawk Spirit. It says, let spirit be your guide. So yeah, as I was mentioning, pile 1, if you kind of feel like you're going from place to place right now and not really able to find a place to call home, Spirit is guiding you to a place that is meant for you, that will resonate with your soul and completely make you feel, I keep saying it, at home, you know, that feeling of safety and comfort, and a place where you can nourish your mind, body, and soul. And Spirit is guiding you to the best place of that. You may have tried to settle down in certain places and put down roots, but Spirit wants you to know he's guiding you to something better. He, she, whatever this spirit guide is for you, they're guiding you to something really beautiful. And then we have here Wasp Spirit. Sometimes life stings. So pile 1, as I was saying, you may be seeing red. It may be making you mad that you're kind of floating around from place to place. And this really doesn't even have to be like a home, but maybe something like creatively that you want to feel comfort in, and not being able to put your finger on a certain thing that you want to do in life, a certain creative project that you want to get done. But for a lot of my pile 1s, it's going to be feeling at home. And I feel like maybe the places that you've spent your time at before may have stung you a bit, you know, brought out things in you that you aren't really proud of. Just me seeing red at the beginning of your reading is really standing out for me. You know, I used to have this dream, and maybe you guys can relate. It was whenever a heavy Mars transit was going on. So Mars could be heavy in your birth chart, or just heavy in your transits right now. But yeah, whenever I used to have this dream, it was during a Mars transit, and I remember I was fighting with somebody really bad at the time. And I would have this dream of a wasp stinging me every time I went to go say something harsh, or anytime I felt anger coming on. And that was in my dream. And like, I remember waking up with a wasp on my face about to sting me again. Okay, I don't know why I brought that up for you guys, but hopefully some of my pile 1s can resonate with that story. But yeah, pile 1, if you've been going from place to place and each thing seems to kind of bite you in the ass, Spirit wants you to know that you're learning these lessons for a reason. You're experiencing these things for a reason, but ultimately you're going to be guided to something much better. And I feel like whenever your spirit guides are talking to you, it's something, I'm getting this feeling of like getting shifted out of your comfort zone and life stinging you is your spirit guide talking to you, because after that it brings you this sense of comfort and you kind of realize what home would be for you. And I feel like that is your spirit guides really talking to you. But also they could be in the form of wasps, obviously, in the form of hawks that you see throughout your day-to-day. I don't know how often any of you see wombats, but is that the energy that like, or is it a badger? Okay, I'm not sure which one's meaner, but yeah, I was getting that like red feeling again from Wombat Spirit. But ultimately, I think you're just trying to find a sense of peace within yourself throughout all the chaos outside of you. Feeling like you can't find a grounded state because of all of the maybe tantrums being thrown around you, I want to say, but also just the chaotic, heavy movements, sharp movements. Let's go ahead and flip over your tarot cards. We have the Three of Cups. Sorry, I guess I'll hold these up for you. Okay, we have the Three of Cups. It was in reverse. We have the Artist, and this is actually an extra card out of this deck, which is, I believe this is the Ethereal Visions deck. This is actually my very first deck that I've ever had, so I really connect with this one. If you'd like that bit of extra information, then there you go. So yes, the Three of Cups, the Artist. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse. And we have the Three of Wands upright. Okay, so right off the bat, what I'm seeing here, pile one, is maybe the communities that you had gathered up with kind of stung you in the past or made you feel like you weren't at home, you know, like uprooted you a lot, and been just a community maybe that talked behind your back a lot, pile one, something that made you very angry and feel like I was really opening up to these people and they go around and kind of like stab me in the back, or I'm getting this sense of like some people being two-faced. And I think your spirit guide is really trying to guide you away from these people. As you see here at the beginning, we have this Three of Cups in reverse, and it's like at the beginning of this story, this message, you know, that spirit is ultimately talking about. At the beginning of it, it starts with this community that isn't working out. And then at the end here, we have another three. So 333 could be coming up for you guys a lot, but 3 to me means movement, right? As you can see, there's this movement around these girls, this energy kind of flowing. And here in the Three of Wands, he's kind of wanting to go forward. He's looking over this beautiful land, this lake, and he's got these two wands behind him, and he just looks like he's ready to venture out into something different. And I think that is a big call to my pile ones that, yeah, you're going to be finding a place to call home, and it's going to come through something that's independent of you. As you can see, it's like after this Three of Cups is in reverse, this community that maybe hurt you or betrayed you, or this group of people that just didn't vibe with you, I'm kind of getting. But for a lot of my pile ones, they really ticked you off, you know? I'm just still going back to this wasp spirit energy and the red, you know? And I think the Artist card here is saying, be something different, create something new for yourself, break out of these old stagnant places that aren't doing you well anymore, pile one. Like I said, this is actually an extra card in this deck. So it's like literally creating something new beyond what was set before you, right? I'm just getting that feeling. And it's like maybe he's looking at this tree. So I think maybe like family roots, and he's like looking at it and drawing from it. I feel like maybe there's someone in your family that you've maybe for some of my pile ones either looked up to, built kind of a castle in the air because of them. I'm just getting this for some of my pile ones, very specific message, but maybe you looked up to somebody in your family and it kind of didn't, it either didn't go the way that you planned, it set you in this energy, or there's somebody in your family, pile one, or within your tree of life, within that nest of yours, that can help set you forward. But for most of my pile ones, I am seeing that you may have tried to create something new and break out of this box that wasn't making you feel at home. And maybe the progress was very slow, or it frightened you, as if with this Eight of Wands in reverse here. Upright, we can see a lot of movement, a lot of action forward, right? But it seems that you're still maybe studying what to do next. like how you can create it. Maybe you're still trying to imagine up how to go forward, but you haven't quite made this step yet. But I definitely see that you've been thinking about it. As you can tell, he's sitting here, he hasn't quite gone forward, but like he's imagining what he can do with it, and he's like imagining how he can draw this tree, and I feel like that's you creating your path. I think you're really sitting on it because life has stung you so many times in whatever area this is for you. You know it's time to go forward. And I think the message here for you, Pile 1, from Spirit and your higher self, is to let Spirit guide you. Maybe there isn't a set plan on how to get forward and exit this certain type of environment, home. Like I said from the beginning, it could be like a creative project. Maybe you're trying to advance yourself in a new creative project or a new community who has like, you could be going from going to dance class to going to yoga, or switching up exercise routines, or going from a certain art to a different one. You guys know what I mean. Whatever it is, I think you've been holding yourself back because you want to see a steady, clear path forward, but maybe you're just not getting that right now. The only thing you're getting is that life will sting if you don't go forward. Spirit's just really emphasizing the message to let Spirit be your guide, just like this hawk spirit says. Don't worry about the what ifs and the hows and should-haves and could-haves. It's just saying that whatever is in the past wasn't quite working for you, and you know how much it's going to better you if you can go forward. And there's no exact plan and set step on how to make it happen and ensure that it's going to be beautiful, but Spirit will ensure that it's going to be beautiful. And you just set your intentions on being true to you, being true to your intentions, and being true to what will make you happy, instead of staying in these environments that aren't quite keeping you that way. And if this doesn't resonate with you and you're watching this pile, completely disregard it. Maybe go to a different pile. But this is just, a very specific message for my pile 1s that Spirit really needs you to hear. But let's go ahead and get, some of these cards here. I'm not sure. I think Gypsy Oracle cards. Yes. I think so. And then bio below if you are interested. Let me shuffle these really good. We're just going to get some messages out of these. I like to shuffle on top of the cards because I feel like you guys would want to see it, and then I always seem to mess it up, but maybe I'm just a little messy. Who knows? Okay, let's see what we can get for you, pile 1. What other kind of messages? Oh, okay, we got 1. Oh, and this one. Let's see. Oh, it was 3. Okay, so I feel like we're gonna do like this, and this. What do you guys think? Maybe we'll put them on top like that. I don't know. Just want it to be organized. You guys will remember those animal cards, won't you? Yeah. So, let's see. For Wombat Spirit, be at home, we have faithfulness. Oh, with this little dog here. And just imagine, dogs are like the most faithful. So I feel like, you've been, pile 1, you've been really nervous to leave a certain home. You've been very faithful to a certain environment, but it's time to create something new for yourself and stop holding yourself back and delaying your progress, because there's so much more for you, pile 1. Yeah. Let's see. For the Hawk Spirit, we have hope. Wow, this image really speaks. I think Spirit's saying here, as I've been saying, pile 1, Spirit is trying to guide you to something better, and you being faithful to this community, that's so beautiful. That's such endearing energy to a lot of people. but maybe you can't keep delaying your own progress for some kind of community experience or domestic home life, whatever this is. Don't let it hold you back whenever there's something better. As you can see, he's blindfolded here, and I feel like maybe you're lacking hope that everything will work out well. And Spirit's just saying here, let me be your guide, keep hope, and I will make sure everything turns out fine. And I feel like that's just a message you guys really need to hear right now. Let's see what Lost Spirit has. Sometimes life stings. We have Frivolity, and it has this beautiful butterfly, which is funny because we have two literal flying insects here. Wow. And so what frivolity means to me is being just not serious about much. And I feel like for a lot of my pile ones, okay, I'm not even going to try and pick that. Okay, here we go. Sorry, I'm all over the place apparently. Just like you guys might feel all over the place. I'm definitely have this chaotic type of extra like Mars Uranus energy, if you know what that means. But frivolity to me means kind of like this lightheartedness, not taking anything too seriously, being light like this butterfly and going with life. And I could see that maybe for some of my pile ones, it could switch in between feeling very light where you are and then it stinging you and being this like cycle. I don't know if you guys can see in these wings, but it's like almost looks like a serpent cycle, which it could just be the design, but yeah, I feel like it's almost this bipolar energy within the environment you're in now. And Spirit is just saying, whenever it stings you enough, you're really good at going back to frivolity and lightness and, like I said, not being very serious about anything because maybe it's hurt you so much that you've stopped taking anything seriously because that's the easier thing to do to shield your emotions, right? I mean, just like in this card here, like he's lost any hope, but finally the blindfold is lifting, and maybe you can start seeing hope and let Spirit be your guide without needing a direct plan and how it's going to work. It's okay to break the serious bonds of faithfulness if something isn't working for you. And free yourself. This butterfly here, you know, butterflies represent transformation. And so maybe it is time to free yourself of these environments that aren't working for you anymore. Pile one. Let's get some of these cards here. I believe this is the Quantum Oracle. I'll shuffle them here once or twice. I said once or twice, but we're going for three because three is the charm. Okay, pile one. Let's see. What messages do we have for my pile one? But yeah, pile one, like I've been saying, I think this is really about creating something new for yourself and to not delay the progress that I think you really want this, but something is keeping you held back, whether it's your faithfulness and your loyalty or just not being able to see anything past what you've had before. Okay, let's see. Look, we have an event. So it says 6 events. So this would be a possible event that could be coming up in your life. And it says milestone. So I think Spirit was saying here, obviously, once you take this leap forward, you're going to hit so many new milestones in your life, more than you could have ever expected for yourself. You're going to feel like you're winning at life. You look at this trophy here and the champagne, like life is something to celebrate. Whatever this is, it's going to be a huge milestone in your life. Wow, pile one. It's going to be a quantum leap to something new and something different, where you can have hopefulness in life again. You can have frivolity in life again and feel that lightness and stop feeling so many stings, because you're trusting in life and not having to have such a direct plan on what will come next. And what will come next is this milestone if you take the leap, pile one. And we also have events, loss. So another event is, as I've been saying, pile one, once you abandon ship, look, he's let go of the ship and it's gone. And he's, there's no way of getting back. But, you have to have this loss to hit a big milestone in your life. Wow, pile one. Yeah. And like I said, tarot is not an absolute, and your free will is always what's going to matter. So if you don't want to cut ties with whatever that is, that's completely fine. You're a faithful, beautiful being, pile one, and you'll learn through these lessons, and spirit will always guide you to what's best. But these are the loudest messages for you right now, pile one, is cutting some ties, abandoning ship, and stop delaying your progress to these huge milestones that are going to come within your life, and leave these stinging hurts that these people from the past have brought to you. And for some of my pile ones, I'm really getting, this is maybe for like one of you guys, but spirit wants me to say, if there's someone that keeps cheating on you or betraying you like that, just get out of there. You can have so much better, pile one, okay? And that, like I said, that may just be for one of you, but I am getting that message here. Let's go ahead and get one more card for my pile ones here. And we'll read this one from the book. Okay, let's see. Pile ones, what is the message? Oh, okay. So we're going to read this one here, just the one on top, because these stick together a lot. And we have here, I might butcher this, Obadiah? Obadiah? I don't know, guys. So sorry. I probably just embarrassed the heck out of myself. Oh no. Like I said, we're going to read that one from the book. Okay, pile one. It says here, I guess I can hold this up for you guys. Look at this card. It's like a big warm hug. And oh my gosh. Okay, guys, look. So we have Hawk Spirit here. Let Spirit be your guide, right? And it's this hawk. Okay? And look, she has this hawk coming from her crown chakra and hugging her. And it just feels like a warm hug in this card here. And it's like, whatever this milestone is, this is going to make your crown chakra just burst right open and completely new possibilities. And look, guys, we have another 3 here. So repeating 3s, if you're seeing that, yeah, pile one. I don't even know what to say. I'm mind blown. Okay, this is going to be beautiful for you guys. A warm hug from spirit is the best hug. Okay, it says here, do not turn away from your path, nor from what you know in your heart to be true. No matter what it appears to be, nor what logic may dictate, trust what your heart is telling you. You are safe and protected by spirit. You are spiritually empowered, with all you need to manifest your authentic soul path. You have what it takes to connect with the light and live that connection in practical ways which contribute positive energy to our human collective. And then It goes on for a while. I'm going to put this down so I can turn the page. But I do want to read the description that it has here for what the word means. And it says that this word here, I said it earlier. You guys can go back if you want to hear me butcher it again. It says it's Latin for the word obedience. And we also have a dog here for faithfulness. And I feel like, yeah, like you guys have just been so faithful and obedient to this certain connection. I'll continue for a bit. It says, far from conforming to authority, the original meaning was to listen, to hear, and to not turn away. The Oracle of Obadiah is about becoming a sacred rebel, giving up faith in the ways of the world and embracing the ways of the Spirit unconditionally. That means refusing to torture yourself with horror stories that society and your own mind conjure up from time to time. This guidance is light, wisdom, and guidance within. The Oracle asks you to believe in the power of Spirit to show you the way through all troubles. There is a message from our loving universe for you. You will feel it in your own heart. It's a beautiful message, Pile 1. Go ahead and take whatever you can out of that message. Take the warm hug that Spirit is trying to give you, Pile 1s. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I am beyond grateful to have you here today, sharing your beautiful energy with me. If this reading has resonated with you, make sure to leave a comment down below letting me know. And please be sure to like, share, and subscribe as it helps support this channel so I can keep providing content for you wonderful souls. I hope this reading has brought you peace and harmony. Keep shining your light and living your best life, my stars. I will see you next time. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose this howlite. So rather than doing my usual structured way of doing tarot readings, as in this represents this, and usually this would represent this, and so forward, I felt like doing it a little more flowy this time, if that makes sense. So we're just going to go ahead and flip these all over at once and see what kind of messages we can get from your higher self. But before we do that, I thought it would be a good idea if we got an overview of who your spirit guide may be. We're going to be using these spirit animal oracle cards, and I will have all of my decks listed in the description down below in case you are curious. But yeah, we're just going to draw these ones before flipping over our tarot cards to get an idea of who your spirit guide may be. What kind of energy they have, maybe what kind of messages they are leaving you, anything of the sorts. Maybe just even confirmation that the spirit guide you thought it may be is indeed the messages you've been seeing. That makes sense? I hope so. Okay, Pile 2. Let's see. What kind of messages I get for Pile 2? Get an idea of Pile 2's spirit guides. Okay, it's too many. Just really, let's try and focus and get representation of my Pile 2 spirit guides. Your spirit guides may, so they may be shy, or I'm really getting a feeling, Pile 2, that your spirit guides come in many forms, which is why all of these cards are popping out at once. So it may be even harder for my Pile 2s to kind of decipher the messages you're getting from your higher self because your spirit guides are so loud. Yeah, let's see. And I do think that our spirit guides teach us more about our higher self, but you could just be getting a lot of downloads right now within your life. But let's see. Idea of Pile 2s. Look, we just got a whole nother flop of cards. And this, I've used this deck many times. That usually doesn't happen. Let's see. Pile 2. Your spirit guides are just really, it's weird. They're like shy, but also super loud at the same time. Look, we have koi fish spirit, you are always enough. Or sorry, there is always enough. That may be a message for you that I accidentally said you are always enough, because you are always enough. But the koi fish spirit says there is always enough, which makes me go back to thinking about there being just many messages. You may just be very receptive, because like koi fish live in water, and water signs can be very receptive. So you may in fact be, I'm getting Pisces really strongly, but any kind of water sign, so Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. And I think that may be why you guys get so many messages from your spirit guides, is because you're so receptive to maybe other people's emotions. You guys may be meant to lead others, help lead others by talking to their spirit guides. I'm getting for some of my pile twos. Yeah, that came through very strongly for some of my pile twos, as being like a spiritual leader for your community, and maybe showing other people that even through all the chaos, that you can still go through life and still flow through life and be in a still state. I don't know why I just kind of went off course with that message, but I think that's very strong for you. And then we got 2 more cards here just now. Sorry, I should have shuffled those on camera, but I was just flipping through them on my lap here. We have tend to the small things, mouse spirit. And we have reclaim your power, panther spirit. And this has, look, we have literally 444 right here, so that may be very significant for you. I also have, which it's weird, I was thinking about this while I was shuffling your cards, that we have 4 here, which I haven't done pile 3 yet, so I'm not sure if we'll have 4 there, but it was for pile 1 and pile 2 having 4 tarot cards. So yes, anyways, 444 may be very significant for you. And it says, reclaim your power, tend to the small things, and there is always enough. So I feel like pile 2s, you guys may have a lot going on in your life right now. Like that may be why all of these messages are coming. You may just be getting a lot of messages from your higher self, because there's like a lot for you to do and accomplish in this life, pile 2. And I think, honestly, the message I'm really getting from your higher self is that the possibilities are endless for my pile 2s. And I feel like no matter what, you guys are kind of like in this leadership position, always in this panther spirit type of energy, to where you're a very good leader. But Black Panthers, I get this mysterious kind of energy from them. So people may wonder how you do what you do with all of this stuff going on in your life, and yet you're still able to tend to the small things. And like I was saying, you may be worried, pile 2s, about how to stand in your power right now because of all of these different things going on in your life right now. It may be hard to choose one that you even feel good at, but I think what Spirit is trying to say here for my pile 2s is, yeah, tend to the small things. Even though there are all of these messages, this influx of information coming at you within your own life, and from the outside that you feel from other people's emotions, it's really important to go down to the basics sometimes and not always try and shoot for the big, huge, limitless possibilities, if that makes sense. Maybe taking a more practical approach I'm getting for some of my pile 2s. Just tending to the smaller things rather than always trying to strive for the bigger ideal, because then you can kind of get lost in that bigger ideal, forget about the small things, and things kind of end up crumbling away at that point. But for the message that I was saying at the beginning, how you guys may be a spiritual leader, and that was even before we really got this card, wasn't it? I'm not sure. I may be bluffing. Okay. But like I was saying, you may be like a spiritual leader to try and, like, you may feel other people's higher selves talking to them. I feel like you guys are very in tune with the messages you get from your own higher self. But I think maybe you're here to help other people move throughout their lives and listen to their higher selves and listen to the universe trying to speak them and lead them in the right direction. I think a lot of people look up to you, pile 2. You may feel a little lost right now. And like you're not kind of in that position of leadership. But I think the only reason you feel like that is because maybe there's some small things that you need to tend to that's kind of like shaking the foundation. And that will help you get back to this bigger picture, this bigger, like, I'm just getting this feeling that you guys are supposed to lead people in such a bigger way, not like the typical kind of corporational way. Is that the right way to say it? I don't know. Not in the small ways. But I feel like, okay, I'm kind of all over the place, pile two. I'm so sorry. But I'm just really getting this like feeling of you guys juggling both aspects of life, the big ideals and the small things. And right now, actually, we do have Mercury and Pisces, which is like Mercury is the small details, and Pisces, which is ruled by Jupiter, is very expansive. And so you guys may be having a hard time finding your power in both of these areas right now. Yeah, I kind of, I want to switch these for some reason. But yeah, I'm just getting this feeling of the small things and the big things really weighing on you to where you don't have this stable sense of power in your life right now. And fours actually correspond to stability. But let's go ahead and try and get some messages from our tarot cards here from your higher self so that I'm not all over the place and confusing everybody. So we have the High Priestess. Yes, as I was saying earlier, how you're very mysterious. And look, she like has this book. The High Priestess is definitely somebody that you can look up to, but it's more like what I'm feeling right now is like an energy that you can look up to, which is the mysteriousness, which is the not knowing. I think you're really good at flowing with bigger ideas and not tending to the smaller things. I think you guys are used to going after your gut rather than going after the practical. And I think you guys are trying to balance that out right now. We also have here the Six of Cups in reverse, the Two of Cups upright, and Temperance in reverse, which is funny because I was saying how like I'm getting this feeling of balance and like trying to juggle both areas right now. And I feel like pile twos that you're usually, like I said, more towards the bigger picture, but right now I think you're having to tend to the smaller things. Yeah. And look, we also have the Two of Cups here, which is also about balance. I mean, she took the Temperance card. She has these two cups. She's trying to balance them. And in the Two of Cups, we have, it's like she's holding the two cups in this story. And so for some of my pile twos, if you are in a relationship, I do see you trying to balance out these energies within that relationship. Maybe you guys are looking like you guys were better at doing this in the past before you were in this leadership position, but then maybe it kind of got unbalanced as it went because you started to go with the flow so much more. But I think a message that Spirit has for you is to not forget about the small things. Definitely within a partnership, I'm seeing for a lot of my pile twos, keeping the stability of a certain partnership that you have, and not looking at it badly from like a past perspective, right? But understanding that this is where you are now in your journey, and you're just going to have to learn how to balance these areas again. I do see you guys just being this very strong and powerful figure within, I'm getting this like power couple kind of energy. And this isn't a love reading, so like it doesn't have to be intimate. It could be whatever, really. It could also be like for a sibling, I'm seeing for some of my pile twos. I feel like, yeah, for my pile twos, you're trying to, maybe rather than feeling like such a leader within your relationships, maybe you're trying to find a way of balance to where you can both give and take better. Does that make sense? I feel like you're just trying to find this balance again within your relationship because you miss some away that something was from the past. And this really doesn't have to be a relationship. I'm just getting it strongly for a lot of my pile twos. This could just be, like I've been saying from the beginning, these two energies, the relationship that you have to these two energies. And I think once you have these in balance, it's really easy for you to lead. But whenever you're out of balance, it's hard for you to feel like you could be capable of anything like that. And I think the message that you have here from your higher self and from Spirit is to not look at the past in such a harsh way, but understand that you're finding balance right now. And that in of itself is something to be proud of. Something that's powerful in of itself is this kind of like limbo that you may feel in right now. And this reading is still kind of all over the place, which is like from the beginning how I've been saying there's always enough. You may be getting a lot of messages. There's just a lot that my pile twos are worried about right now and trying to put into balance and figure out how to make all of these pieces fit together, how you can tend to the small things and still feel like there's always enough, or still go into the vastness, open sea of the universe. Let's get some of these Gypsy Oracle cards to clarify. For my pile twos. Okay, we're gonna put this one here, then we'll get one for mouse. Let's see, definitely picking that one, and we'll get one for panther as well. Oh, okay. There it is again with all of the messages and energy. For some of my pile twos, something that came through very strongly is that no matter what, you're going to be able to lead, and there's many paths to get to that. For my panther pile 2 energy, let's see. Let's get a card. Look, yet again, but we're gonna take this one because it was like touching me and made me happy. And then I just have to say here, I looked at the bottom of the deck and we have wife. Yeah, so for some of my pile 2s, this is definitely about a certain commitment that you have within a relationship. Oh, here we go. So to clarify koi fish spirit, there's always enough. We have soldier. Very interesting to have these two here together. You may feel like you're always fighting for there to be enough. For some of my pile 2s, you may tend to the small things so much and be always fighting, like tending for the small things, and that's how you fight to make sure there's always enough. I'm just getting like some of my pile 2s, you're like a very, like a super strong mom, like mama bear energy I'm getting from a lot of my pile 2s. And making sure that there's always enough for your family and for yourself, but also like, yeah, trying to stay in balance. A lot of my pile 2s, yeah, are married and have children, whether it's your children or not. I just see you trying to do the best for you can for your family. And we also have here, on tend to the small things, we have death. Very interesting. I've never seen this one in this card. It's very, very intriguing, isn't it? You guys may be having a hard time tending to the small things because of something that you have to do for the larger picture, and you're used to having this kind of balance, I get the feel of, but right now you're really having to go through just like this flowy, relaxed kind of being to where it's hard to see, like, not the bigger picture, but it's hard to put everything in perspective because everything is just so loose right now, if that makes sense. You may be having to sacrifice a lot of the small things so that you can fight for making sure there's always enough in your life to reclaim your power and reclaim that balance. Let's see. We have clarifying panther spirit, faithfulness. Look, a very loyal dog that may speak to you. Are you very loyal with pile 2 within your marriage, within a relationship? This card, actually, I have to say, it popped up in pile 1, so there may in fact be a message for you in pile 1 as well if you want to check that out. Or maybe you already did and you came straight from pile 1. Yeah, for my pile twos, I'm just seeing you trying to reclaim your power, your leadership abilities, maybe because things were, okay, maybe some things were too fair. Does that make sense? For some of my pile twos, things were too, or maybe unfair. You were so faithful that things lost balance in that kind of way. And it's time for you to reclaim your power so that you're not the one always sacrificing yourself. And I feel like, yeah, you're just trying to fight for something bigger, a bigger picture, my pile two. And that means sacrificing some of the smaller things, maybe even sacrificing some of your loyalness, because if something is continuing to not work and continuing to throw you off balance to where you can't find that balance again, I think you know where I'm getting at with that. Okay, let's get some of these quantum oracle cards. Let's get another card for my pile twos. Like I said, this is the quantum oracle. Okay, so we have decrease, number 4, a cycle. You guys, this may be an ongoing cycle of like losing balance in some sort of way and trying to find it again. This may be a cycle of things slowly, oh, pile twos, are you guys going through some kind of like, you guys are releasing a lot of stuff right now. And at the moment that I'm recording this, the South Node is in Scorpio, which can be a lot about releasing and transformation. And in fact, this death card here is ruled by Scorpio. So I feel like you guys are really releasing a lot of stuff to find balance again within your life and to reclaim power. Maybe you're having to find a way to be faithful to you and faithful to bigger ideals in your life that require you to let go of some of the smaller details, if that makes sense, pile 2. You guys are just going through this stage in life of finding out who you are and letting go of old past perspectives of yourself and of your relationships. Okay, sorry, pile 2. My boyfriend just walked in and I had to go say hi to him. And whenever I came back, I just want to let you know that I saw 2222 on the camera, so that may be of significance for you. And then also, look, we have another 4 here. Isn't that you guys with the 4s? Yeah, wow, that's crazy. We have 4 here, 4 4s here right now. Okay, and also, look, 2 2s. Huh, interesting. Let's get another message for my pile 2s on what higher self is trying to say. We're definitely taking that one. And we have here number 6, spirit. So this is 100% a message from your higher self and from your spirit guides. It says family, friends, and guides. Wow. You guys are being guided through all of these. I feel like you guys are going through a lot of transformations in your life right now, trying to find this balance again. And the way that you're flowing with life and like sacrificing the smaller things to make sure that there's always enough, you may be doing that in the form of trying to make more time for your friends and your family, trying to make more time to listen to your guides and listen to your higher self, and making more time for those very feminine, nurturing things in your life and letting go of things that make you feel stuck and inadequate. Yeah, I mean, we have another Scorpio card here with the 6 of Cups. I'm so strongly getting this feeling, pile 2, that you guys are letting go of a lot of things that you were so faithful to. And it is honestly a big fight for you guys. Like, this has been a battle for you, but you guys are coming out so strong and you guys are going to come out so balanced. That's the message that your higher self is trying to give to you, that ultimately throughout all of this, you're going to reclaim your power, right? And I think as the message I was saying from the beginning, how you may be a spiritual leader to other people, you may be really helping your family, friends, and guides right now through that. Yeah. let's get, oops, one of these cards here. Oh no, those ones were flipped over from the last pile. Sorry about that. See what kind of messages we can get for my pile 2s. I'm going to go ahead and read this one out of the book. For my pile 2s, what is the last message that my pile 2s needs to hear? Oh, okay. And we have here, I'm probably gonna butcher this, Yoshi Sogyo, and it has 333, card number 33. So if you guys are just seeing a lot of repeating numbers, it doesn't even matter which ones they are, but most specifically 444, 222, and 333s. That's your guides trying to talk to you. How I was saying how you may be getting a lot of messages and it's hard for you to decipher. I feel like the easiest way for you guys to know your guides are talking to you is whenever you see these kinds of numbers that's coming through really strongly. We'll read that one out of the book. Okay, it says here, you shall overcome all obstacles. Success is imminent, so stay connected to your path, no matter what, and continue to apply yourself. Allow your spiritual path to support you in all areas of your life. Quick pause here. I feel like it's saying, with that message, it's very strong for you guys to go ahead and continue with this, and then the small details will be taken care of within your life, and you're going to see that huge transformation to where you don't have to put so much effort into those things. Pile 2. Yeah, it says, allow your spiritual path to support you in all areas of life. Live by your spiritual beliefs. Seek out the support of your spiritual brothers and sisters for help when needed, but also trust that you are intimately and directly connected to the powerful divine light within. There can be a dramatic healing breakthrough when you rely upon your spiritual connection. Yeah, pile 2, you guys are just releasing a lot of things to put you back on the spiritual path. Definitely with family, friends, and making those deep soulful connections. Maybe letting go of some of the smaller things that you're realizing don't matter as much as they used to for you. But yeah, that is all that I'm seeing for my pile 2s. Thank you so much for watching. I am beyond grateful to have you here today, sharing your beautiful energy with me. If this reading has resonated with you, leave a comment down below letting me know. And also, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe as it helps support this channel so I can keep providing content for you wonderful souls. I hope this reading has brought you peace and harmony. Keep shining your light and living your best life, my stars. I will see you next time. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You guys chose this very light amethyst crystal. You can see some purple in there. So rather than doing my usual way of tarot readings, which is very structured, it's very, for example, this card would represent this card would represent this, and so forth. We're going to be doing something a little more flowy, shall we say. So rather, I'm just going to flip these all over at once and see what messages we can get from your higher self. But before we get into those, I do want to grab some of these oracle cards. They're spirit animal oracle cards, and I will have everything linked in the description below in case you are curious. So I think with these cards, I want to just get kind of a representation of your spirit guides, your higher self, because I do think they work hand in hand together. Your higher self and your spirit guides are kind of like on the same spiritual team, shall we say. So, let's see. For my pile 3s. Okay, we have Badger Spirit here, and it says, be fearless and bold. Okay, so you guys are a very strong, independent spirit. It's funny that I mentioned a badger in the first video, so it's funny that they came out. And then for pile 1, I also was seeing red before I did their pile. So you guys may have some messages in pile 1. If that doesn't resonate for you, then leave that behind. But yeah, me seeing red whenever I was shuffling for pile 1 just came through very strongly in your pile as well. But yeah, your spirit guides may give very, very bold messages, like things that are just completely hard to ignore. Like, for instance, how a stop sign is red, and it's hard to ignore a stop sign because it's bold, right? Your messages from your spirit guides and from your higher self may be very loud, and like you almost just can't even miss them, right? Let's see. My pile 3s. Okay, so let me grab this one that dropped over here. And I'm definitely going to put this one in between these two because it says, Flamingo Spirit, embrace the in-between. And that is number 26. And let's go ahead and look at this card here, which is Dove Spirit, be peace. Okay, so this is really starting to tie together now. I think your spirit guides, they send you messages that are few and far between, if that makes sense. Like, they'll send you very loud messages that are kind of in your face, and they'll also send you messages that are kind of like very quiet, messages that you almost have to like meditate and really contemplate. Yeah, just messages that you have to be in a peaceful state of awareness to kind of hear. And I see this card as being almost your higher self. Like, these are your two spirit guides, maybe trying to like battle to get your attention. Or maybe you're just really good at getting messages from both of these states. Because as you can see, flamingo, they're always balancing on one leg. So maybe you're just very balanced in your way of getting to these messages. Like, whenever you're in a peaceful state, you're really good at getting them through that, but also whenever things are a little chaotic, you are very good at interpreting the messages of the chaos around you. Yeah, and I think maybe in your life right now, you may be going through some up and downs, some things that are more chaotic and kind of scary, things that you have to be fearless and bold to get through. And I think a message that Spirit has for you and that your higher self has for you right now is to embrace this in-between whenever things are peaceful and easy and flowing, but also embrace the aspects that are chaotic because all in all, they are what's going to push you forward. And I think you guys are already really good at embracing that kind of energy of being balanced in between both, but things just may be so kind of chaotic right now, it may be hard to see. I feel like for my pile 2s, you guys were used to getting messages from your guides or from the universe. Your guys' like feelings used to be a little more lighthearted, and now you're kind of having to adapt to this badger spirit energy of things being a little bit more quick and sudden and abrasive, if that's the right word, because as you can see, this flamingo is staring at this badger. And I feel like it's something that you're just having to learn to balance both of these out. You guys may be in a more chaotic state of life right now. Things may be just not going quite as planned. They may be kind of angering you at the moment, but that in itself is a sign, I just want to say, for some of my pile 2s. And again, with this message of balance, because the flamingo always has to be balanced in order to embrace both sides, as it says here, embrace the in-between. The balance is also coming through in how this dove spirit is white and pure. I feel like something is becoming like you're getting into a sticky situation almost, but all in all, I feel like it's teaching you how to embrace balance and embrace both sides of being and being okay with both of them, if that makes sense. let's go ahead and move into your tarot cards. So we have the Queen of Pentacles upright. We have the Three of Pentacles upright. We have the Five of Swords upright. We also have the Sun upright. Okay, pile 2. I feel like you guys are in this kind of state in life where you want to build something new within your life, and you may have been used to kind of doing that on your own. You may have had very practical ways that kept you comfortable and in peace with yourself. As you can see, I hope you guys can see it, but like there's this dove here, and like on her crown, it kind of looks like another bird. And I feel like there was something that just made you feel very comfortable and that you were used to nurturing and protecting. And now maybe there's some chaotic energy coming into that in the form of other people and having to work with other people. And I definitely see this being within business for a lot of my pile 3s, but it could also just be maybe at school or creatively within your home. But for most of my pile 3s, this is going to be in business and having to learn to work with other people without feeling so outcast. I feel like you guys, yeah, like I said, used to be very independent and peaceful and doing things your own way. And now you're trying to branch out and do something else, something new with other people in your life and work together. And maybe that's kind of something new that you're struggling with, is learning how to work with other people. Because as you can see here in this Five of Swords, he has all of his swords, he has all of his ideas by himself, and yet these 2 other people are out there. And he looks kind of like a mix between content and also sad. And I'm getting this feeling of stagnancy because of it. And I think you're trying to embrace developing your life forward by being fearless and bold and leaping beyond your own restraints by not using other people, but yeah, everyone kind of using each other in a sense, right? Benefiting from each other. But I think that may be something that's very hard for you. But here recently, I'm seeing with the Sun card here, things are starting to look up one by one. I think the message from your higher self here is that in the end of all of this, it's going to bring you greater inspiration and creativity. As you can see here in this card, which I feel like is very much representative of a past you, or just you in general, this Queen of Pentacles, but she's holding this pentacle, looking down at it by herself, embracing it. And now here you are working with other people or it doesn't even have to be other people. It could be like other materials, working with different, trying to be kind of just crafty and working with new resources to get where you need to be, and kind of maybe letting go of other things to do that, letting go of something that brought you peace, being bold to work with something new. But yeah, she's holding this pentacle here, and in the Sun card, she's holding the sun, which very much resembles this pentacle, but obviously it's not. But I'm just seeing the correspondence there, and she's shining it down for other people. I feel like maybe you guys will be a good leader to other people and be able to share a lot of knowledge with these people, but maybe you feel like I'm getting the sense, pile 3, that you feel like you aren't good enough to work with certain people, or maybe like you're scared that it won't work out in the way you want it to. You may be keeping ideas to yourself because you're nervous of how they'll sound or if they'll be able to come to fruition, if other people will judge you for the ideas that you have. And I think the message from your higher self, pile 3, is to completely embrace these ideas that you're having and illuminate it to others. And I think it's going to help you advance so much. Yes. Be fearless and be bold. Share these ideas that you're having, pile 3, because they are so worth it. None of the ideas that you're having. I believe that every idea that we have is divine inspiration. It's genius to all of us, you know? Whether you're on a certain path and someone else has already done it, that idea for you is something that's going to help you experience more of life. And I think it's more embracing sharing these things with other people and not staying so much to yourself in your quiet place and your peaceful state. I think it's really about, just sharing your great divine ideas with other people in your life right now, rather than how you may have been used to casting yourself out and keeping all the ideas to yourself. And it worked for you. Like, you guys were in such a beautiful state and you guys are very self-aware. But I think for my pile threes, that you guys shining your light onto other people will help other people grow. And you won't be in this mental limbo, this in-between state. And you'll be able to embrace the in-between state and then grow past it, if that makes sense, pile three. I just think that there's something that you guys are working on that involves other resources or people, whichever it is for you, specifically, pile three. And you may just be scared to share what you know because of a feeling of just inadequacy I'm getting. But yes, your 100% your message from your higher self and from your spirit guides is that you are so worthy and that you should just express whatever these creative inspirations that you're having with other people, because it's going to help you in life. And then you'll get out of this Five of Swords kind of moment where you feel detached from, like, you're close to them, or not close, obviously he's far away, but they're in the picture. But you can get to having your own ideas by yourself and not getting anywhere, to sharing your ideas and building something better with a community or with a certain plethora of resources that you have. Being bold with your creativity and not being scared to try new things, 100%. Let's get some of these Gypsy Oracle cards for you. Okay, sorry guys. Okay. One more shuffle. Let's see what other messages that we can get for you, pile three. Messages from your higher self. And then all the other piles, it's ended up being to where, like, I clarify these energies here, but we'll see what happens. Okay. Yep, I'm getting the feeling. So for Dove Spirit, actually I'm going to keep them flipped over for now. Oh, okay. And then, here we go. So let's start with, let's start with your guides first. For Dove Spirit, be peace. We have love. Oh my gosh, and look, there's little doves in this card and like a little Cupid. Wow, something that you guys really love and that's you've really nurtured and worked really hard for. You guys are definitely going to be sharing that with other people and sharing your resources. You guys are no longer going to be outcasting yourself and thinking that your ideas aren't worth sharing to the world, because they are. Something that you guys love doing, something that makes you feel happy, something that I feel like for some of my pile threes has struck you within the past year or two that you've really developed within your life, you may have been scared to share, it's now being made possible to do those things. Let's look at be fearless and be bold. We have friend. Yeah, guys, it's just being fearless and being bold, and that doesn't have to be with the whole world. You don't have to share all of your ideas like on social media and tell every single person, but like you can share with your friends, like I just am getting this feeling that you guys are really going to advance in your life through sharing these ideas that you're having and the knowledge that you have with a friend. Maybe you're going to help lead other people to learn more, as I was saying earlier. And you're going to have this feeling of friendship and communion whenever you get the courage to just go for it and share these things. And it's going to help both of you in the long run, because this is something that you love and you're so passionate about, pile three. And I feel like the way to keep embracing it is by sharing it. Yeah. Let's see. Embrace the in-between, flamingo spirit. Doop. We have... interesting. Okay, we have enemy. Okay, and so how I was saying earlier that I feel like this is your higher self. I feel like your higher self is saying here that you are your own worst enemy here. Look, we have friend and enemy side by side here. That's so funny. Wow. Spirit is saying, share these things with your friend. Spirit is your friend. Spirit is your guide. And the things that you tell yourself, that you're not good enough, that you're not adequate, that your ideas don't matter, those are the kinds of ideas that really don't matter. You're your own worst enemy at that point, whenever you're not deciding to share these divine inspirations that you've been gifted with. Yes, the Queen of Pentacles, I'm just seeing that you've been gifted with something that you love and you cherish and you work so hard for. And it's time to just share these gifts with the world. It's time, Pile 3. That's all I can say. Because no matter what, Pile 3, if you're doing what you love, then life is a friend to you, right? If you're doing what you love, then nothing else really matters. You're in divine union with the universe because you're following your dharma, you're following your passion. And whenever you do that, you help other people decide to do the same things for themselves. Let's get some quantum oracle cards here. But yeah, I know I've said it like 4 times, but let me repeat it again. Pile 3, whenever it comes to sharing these ideas and sharing this creative inspiration that you have, you're your own worst enemy. And you deciding to be fearless and bold is going to end up being your friend in the long run. Let's see. Okay, we've got number 7, Spirit, and it says Ascended Masters. And look, guys, we have another dove here. This is something that has been passed down to you, Pile 3s. This is something I feel like that you've done. If you believe in past lives, I'm not sure, honestly, what I believe in. I believe in a little bit of everything. I feel like this has been passed down to you from the heavens and something that you've mastered in many lifetimes, and so it's your duty to share it with the world, Pile 3. Yeah, so strongly that's coming through. This is something that resonates with you at a deep soul level, so much so that you just can't keep it contained anymore. Or like, I get this idea that like your head's gonna just like pop off if you don't shine your light to others, and it's starting to become known to others, and there's no more hiding it, I feel like, Pile 3. Let me see. What else do we have here? What else do we have? Look, deserving. Pile 3, this is what I'm saying. You are so deserving. There's no reason to speak so harshly to yourself and of yourself and think of yourself as inadequate, that your ideas aren't worthy. You are so deserving of this abundance that's going to come into your life once you share whatever it is with the outside world. I feel like you've been really working hard on something, Pile 3, and it's not so much about the work anymore. And I keep saying this, it's about sharing it and expressing it to the world around you. And I think you guys may be at like a learning curve. Is that the right word? You guys just may be like at a standstill in what you're learning. And whenever you decide that you are deserving to share this with other people, look, she also has flowers in her hands in this card. And then this honey badger has flowers. Like all the fruits, all the flowers, what you're going to see grow is going to come from the sun, shining your light, and then everything else is going to grow from there to where you're not your own worst enemy. You're going to see the fruits of your labor, all these beautiful flowers, your creativity. You're blossoming, Pile 3. You're blossoming into something really beautiful because you're deciding to step outside of your comfort zone and embrace something bigger. And with this Embrace the In-Between card here, I just want to say you don't always have to be being fearless and bold. You can also just embrace the peace and love of what you have, you know, finding a healthy balance between it. You don't have to go full force, because I'm getting this feeling that my pile threes like to go full force at everything they do. And it's really about, you know, keeping that balance to make sure your flowers grow in the best of their ability. But you have everything you need here, pile 3, to make this come to fruition for yourself. You've worked so hard, and I feel like the other people that are coming into your life, or the other resources, whatever this other outside influence that's coming into your life, it may be hard at first to understand or share or have clarity with, but I feel like you guys are going to be turning over a new leaf whenever you decide to completely shine the light on what's been waiting for you this whole time. But let's go ahead and we'll get one of these cards, and we'll actually read this from the book. Whatever this thing that you've been desiring for so long that's been bringing you peace, you are deserving of having it to the fullest of its capabilities, because you've ascended. Like, you've done all you can at this point, and it's time to embrace that fact that you are deserving of something more than the standstill that you may be at right now, pile 3. Let's get one more card. Okay. Like I said, we're going to read this one from the book. We have here Dakini of Infinite Light. And look, it's just so much like the Sun card here. Just infinite inspiration that's going to be coming for my pile 3s. Infinite creativity, and I feel like not only your heart chakra or your crown chakra is going to be burst right open, but also your heart chakra, because you're in this divine, intimate relationship with whatever it is you're doing right now, pile 3. It's really beautiful. Okay. So it says, fix these kinda. Boop. It says here, seek and you shall find. Find the teachers and teachings which feel pure to your heart. But remember, it is the inner truth of you that will ultimately set you free. Do not give your power away, but do trust in a greater guiding wisdom at work in all aspects of your life. Ask for help from enlightened spiritual beings in any matter of concern, and help shall be granted. Believe all problems can be resolved, and a more graceful life experience is opening up for you now, pile 3. Really beautiful message here for you. I want to read, so it continues to go on in this paragraph, but I want to read this very last paragraph for you, because I feel like it'll be, for some reason, Spirit's saying it's going to resonate for you guys or be of importance to some of my pile 3s. And it says, the oracle of the Dakini of Infinite Light augurs an increase of light in your life. This can include a lightening up after a difficult time, an increase of clarity from a helpful, healing, and higher perspective, or a clear, positive path opening up through a troublesome time. Her appearance signifies sacred victory. Call upon her and do not give up. Okay, pile 3, that is all that I am seeing for you. Thank you so much for watching. I am beyond grateful to have you here today sharing your beautiful energy with me. If this reading has resonated with you, leave a comment down below letting me know, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe, as it helps support this channel so I can keep providing content for you wonderful souls. I hope this reading has brought you peace and harmony. Keep shining your light and living your best life, my stars. I will see you next time.